Wilson, Reverend, as you call yourself, have you ever asked yourself, where is God's paradise? You see, for the NWA elite, it's in the shadow of the sword, or in this case, the shadow of a 14-foot-high steel cage in a match known as War Games, the match beyond. A match built for two teams to battle until one team can go no more, and that team quits. It gives up. It doesn't want any more. And Dan, as many times as I've come out here and ridiculed you for spewing ignorant gibberish, I have to give you credit for one salient point that you've actually made. And that's that the Devil's Rejects truly are a team, a family that lives together, eats together, breathes, sleeps, everything together, a unit. And while my NWA elite consists of the greatest athletes in professional wrestling who were wrestling all around the world in great demand, I haven't been able to put together that one solid team that could stand alone and be that unit. So what I've done is I've assembled the most dangerous men I've ever come across. And what we did is we piled into the Escalade. I bought the biggest cooler I could find, filled it with adult beverages, and we went on a road trip, Dan. First, we went to some Civil War battlefields, grassy fields where young men bled and sweat and gave up their lives for a cause greater than their own individual reason for being. And then we went to some crime scenes where horrible, atrocious murders took place, just so everybody could soak in that sometimes being in the wrong place at the wrong time could be the end of your life, that life could end in a flash. You never know how many more days you have. And then, as night came upon us, we came to the hallowed ground of the Tri-State Crematorium, where over 300 corpses laid out in the sun, rotting and decaying for months, where the stench of death was so putrid that most men would gag at the thought. And that's where we set up camp. And as we sat around the campfire, the universal soldier, Shatter, regaled us with tales of war. He told us how you have to turn off everything that's been ingrained in you since birth, how you have to put on blinders, and in front of you, all you see is your enemy. If your brethren lay dying around you, you still have to forge ahead. And whether it be man, woman, or child, if they're in front of you, they must go down. They are your enemy. So, Dan, you're looking at a team that can stand against those filthy heretics you call the Devil's Rejects. So when the NWA elite team rolls in to the Georgia Mountain Center, hostile environment, 2K7, War Games, the match beyond, we're coming with one purpose. And that purpose is to rid NWA Anarchy of every single one of you. Shatter, you know what you have to do. Iceberg is your target. You've already pinned him. Corey, nobody knows Azrael better than you, and you are gonna take care of him. The feature presentation, Jeff Lewis. Yes, it's true. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But Jeff, I want you to flash back to the days of lacrosse when you were kicked off the team for knocking out 3 boys' teeth with your stick just because you felt like it. And Sean Tippers is your target. And by God, I don't have to tell you what Abomination is gonna do, because every time he's gotten his hands on Dominus, he's beat him into oblivion. Dan, Rejects, all of you, hostile environment, end of days, end of days. end of days for the devil's rejects.